Check 1 2 1 2. Checkity 1 2 1 2. How's everybody doing today? Come on in. We're gonna have a good time today. Today's gonna be a fun day. It's gonna be a really exciting day. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be everything that you wanted, kind of a day, and it's gonna be awesome. All at the same time. I can't wait to jump inside of Unity and get started. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. Listen, stop wasting my time. Let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do today is we're going to finish up the enemy designs. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play here. I want to show you what we've got currently for our enemies. I did a little bit of work yesterday on this. So basically what we have here is the enemies chase you. If you run away, they stop. If you go back, sorry, I'm like making a lot of noises with my mouth. If you go back, ooh, that rock looks really good right there. They will chase you again, and there's a little alert notification. See? So he sort of bounces. And we can kill the enemies. So we're close. We're very close. They also have particle emitters. But you can see here, we've got some issues with his legs when he stops. So that's another thing we need to do here. So let's write that down. Legs are wacko when the enemy is done moving. All right, the other things we want to do is get the sounds perfect. Right now we can't hear the walking sounds, okay? So that's a problem. You can't hear the walking sounds. I don't think. And I definitely want to be able to hear the walking sounds. Okay, so that's one issue. They're not perfectly snug on the ground. I'll show you. If we take a look and we zoom in here, for some reason the enemies aren't perfectly snug on the ground. Okay, they're just sort of hovering there. In fact, they're actually kind of close, but it looks like the back leg there. Let's see, is it because it's animating? No, the back leg is always sort of elevated. Okay, so let's figure this out. First thing I want to do is go to the actual animator. And we're going to take a look at the let's see here. Nope, you're not the only one using Notepad. I use Notepad all the time. I used to try all the cool tools like Trello and stuff like that and Monday.com, but I found the best solution is either a Google Doc or a Notepad. Notepad is where I put all my like temporary stuff, just write notes down. And then Google Docs is where me and my team have all of our stuff for like the game design documents, stuff like that. Okay. So if we go inside of the Beetle here, and we go to the Beetle graphic here, there's actually a walk animation and an idle animation. Now, the idle animation should include keyframes. Here is our current keyframe set for our idle. It should basically have perfectly flat legs. So if I go to 1 here, they should all be touching the ground. Looks like they are. So I just need to save this actually. This is a blend file, and it's going to automatically import the new idle state. Okay, it's frames 203 to 250. I'm just going to do 203 to 210. Okay, and hit play here. Make sure. There it is. So that's its idle state. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that this is applied. I'm going to hit apply here. And now it's going to import these animations properly. Okay, so here's idle. I'm going to make sure that this is the right animation. Double click on it. There it is. Yep, it's the right one. So the theory is it should work. His legs should be nice and stable on the ground. So let's hit play here and take a look. I'm also going to mute this because I'm getting sick of this song. Okay, so let's take a look here. There goes his legs. Nope. Ah, I know why. If he is walking, you'll notice that our animation speeds are being set. Look at this. So walk speed here. It's being set, and what this does is it basically controls the speed of the animation. Well, that means he's never going to be, going back to his original state, because the walk animation speed proportion here is set to, give me just a sec here, guys. Sorry, my kid is screaming. I'm going to mute it. She's having a fit. Sorry about that, guys. My kid was having a fit right outside my door. I'm living the indie game dev dream life. Am I right? No, I really am. So if we take a look here, the speed here, this walk speed, this total speed proportion, is being set, and it's causing the animation to move slower and slower and slower until he freezes. Well, we don't want that, right? We want, when he stops walking, we want the walk speed to set to 1, right? So that when he goes back to his original state, the animator is not set to 0. Okay, let's hit play and take a look. Okay, I think I did it. Let's take a look here. He stops, good. See? Look at that. Awesome. Awesome. Feels great. Really, really good. The next thing I wanted to do is double check. I'm going to go to my browser here, and we're going to take a look at, I'll show my screen in just 1 second. I'm going to Google search is turning. Find if nav agent is turning Unity. Okay, we're going to see if we can find something. Detect if the nav mesh is rotating. Very good. So let's take a look here. Let's see. The answer to this is no 99% of the time. You'll have to calculate the rotation yourself. So vector 3, current facing, transform forward, current, last facing, good, okay. I think that should do it. Yeah, I think this should do it, actually. I understand what's going on here. Usually I don't understand these kind of scripts, but I get it. So if you take a look here, if we go to our let's see here. Let's go into our update here, and we're going to check. Are we rotating? There we go. So this is going to be a is rotating function. I like to have it in a nice function here. So let's go ahead and create a new function. It's going to be called is rotating. It's going to return a Boolean, right? Public bool is rotating. Okay, not is rotating, is rotating. All right, so it looks like we have this current angular velocity. I feel like that needs to be public, or it's a private current angular velocity. It's going to be a float, right? Just so that we can use it within the context of this entire script. There it is. Last facing is a transform value. Yeah. So it's a transform value. So we need to put it up here. Private. Or it might be a vector 3. Let's just double check this here. It's a vector 3. Okay. So we just need something called, what was it? First facing? Last facing? There it is. Okay, is rotating. For some reason, we're getting an error here. That's because this it is rotating is a boolean. Okay, and then we're almost done here. Private boolean is rotating. By the way, guys, if you haven't downloaded my free 2D game kit below, be sure to check that out. It's my treat to you. You can use this game kit however you want. You can use it to make a game for $1 million. I really don't care. Let's return this value. Return is rotating. We don't need to return it, actually. Yeah, we don't need to return it, actually. So it's going to be void. And then all we do is go up here and we say, are we rotating? Is rotating. So this just is always running in the update, basically. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say if total speed proportion is greater than 0.1, or we're just rotating. If we're rotating, then we want the rotation to cause him to do a walk animation. But what we also want to do is we also need to say if is rotating is false, right? Then we want this total speed proportion to occur. You know, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure this can't hit 0. I really don't like how this can hit 0. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add to it. Total speed proportion is going to be 0.5, so that's the minimum speed of our animator. And then it's going to add these values here. So 0.5 is minimum. It's always going to be 0.5. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's try that out. So if he's turning, look at that. Is turning, I think, is always true. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look here. We got to figure out what is turning is, all right, or is rotating. Let's make it a public boolean so we can see it in the inspector. You could see here if it's greater than 1 or whatever threshold you find appropriate. Okay, so let's check here. I know this isn't really making much sense, guys. Or I know a lot of you probably don't understand what's going on here, and that's because I'm not explaining it well. So just bear with me for just a second here. Theirs is rotating. Let's see. I think it's always rotating. Okay, is rotating just turned off? Good. So let's figure out which one we're looking at here. Okay, we're looking at this one. So let's make sure this is rotating value over here is correct. It's false. Okay, I think I got it. Man, I don't actually. Man, it should just, man, that's crazy. For some reason, it's not working. Let's take a look here. Why is that happening? Let's take a look at the actual animator here. Graphic. Beetle. Okay. Huh. Walking equals true. It's always set to true. Oh, I know why. Thomas, you dummy. Total speed proportion. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add 0.5 here. Yes. Plus 0.5. Okay? All right. I don't really want to explain what's going on. Let's just get this portion of the development over with because it's kind of confusing and difficult to explain. It's not that smart at all. It's just hard to explain. All right. So basically what we're looking for, guys, is we're looking to see if he does a big rotation, Ooh, scary. If he does a big rotation, he'll wiggle his legs. Let me get out of his... There we go. Okay, let's wait for it. There we go. Look at that. Feels great. All right. So let's watch these guys over here, see how they move. Ooh, scary. Honestly, it feels pretty good, guys. Feels great. I really, really like it. I'm trying to sort of sort out if there's any bugs here. I mean, obviously there's bugs, but you know what I mean. Like development bugs. Cool. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have any complaints there. That feels really good. The next thing I want to do is bring the beetle down into the ground just a little bit because it looks like he's sort of hovering. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the beetle. And what we want to do is we want to look for the bottommost portion of this little beetle here. Okay. So as you can see, the nav mesh agent, the height here, it's sort of the base is right here. So we actually want to move the graphic down a little bit, okay? About like that. Want them to maybe even go into the ground. We also want to make sure that there's no position changes. There's a position change here, which is the jump. So what we want to do here then is instead of changing the graphic Y position, that's the parent graphic. That's actually being controlled by an animator. We're always going to keep the Y position 0 there, but this right here we can move down, okay? Now that's assuming we don't have any positional changes happening in the animator, and I don't believe that we do, so we can go ahead and just bring this down, okay? I'm going to bring it down just a tad bit more, and then let's hit play and see how it feels. Much better. It really feels like they're sticking to the ground. Could probably bring it down a little bit more. Yep. And I also want to try and get it to fit the ground, rotate along the normal of the ground. And one final thing is I actually want to add just 0.2 here instead of 0.5. That way, when he's rotating, it's like a very slow rotation. His feet moving slowly. We just want him to move a little bit. Okay. All right, guys. That looks great. I'm really happy with that. Before I do anything with like fitting it to the ground, let's make sure that we get the footstep sounds working proper. But let's make sure it's fitting really nice into the ground there. Or at least, what am I trying to say? I want him to be nice and snug into the ground. I think I'm going to bring him down even more, guys. Even more. I'm curious what's going on here. Hopefully we're not getting any positional changes in the animator. All right. Let's see here. Are you stuck, buddy? He looks like he's still hovering. Why is that? That one looks better. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? So there's a bug right there. Let me fix that. Okay, guys, the next thing I want to do is figure out why certain sounds are not playing. For example, let's delete all the Beatles except for just one. Okay, he's going to be right here. Okay, wow, that looks cool, isometric. I like it. There's one Beatle here. So let's figure out why his feet are not playing. So there should be a sound for his feet. And that's coming out of this Beatle child here. So what I'm going to do is, for this audio source here, I'm actually going to have it play a sound effect on repeat. Okay? Because I think that'll help us really get an idea of where the sounds are. This is where the footsteps are going to be playing, right through here, through this audio source here. So I'm going to do this yay sound. We're going to put it in there. We're going to just have it loop. All right. So let's hit play here and take a look. Okay, so for some reason it's not playing. He's way over there. Okay. If I set it to 2D, you'll hear it. So we're currently at 3D. So I think the distance should be a minimum distance of 25. There it is. But I want it to be 0 at the bottom of 50. All right, let's bring ourselves over there and see. Okay, so let's actually make it a little less intense or dramatic. There we go. Let's try that. All right, good. So I'm going to copy these sound settings here. Then we could paste them in, and now we don't need that bounce sound, that yay sound effect. Okay, that should do it. Crap, it doesn't do it. Son of a bee. We're gonna do custom roll off here. Minimum max distance. There we go. So we're actually gonna. I didn't copy over for some reason. So I think we can do something like this. Basically, what I'm doing here, guys, is ensuring that the sound pretty much always plays when we're within a certain distance. Okay. So in this case, if we're within 30 or 40 units, you're going to hear it. So maybe something like that. Okay, we're going to try that out. Okay, let's apply all and hit play. So let's listen for footsteps. Huh. It copied over the wrong one. Okay, I'm going to copy this component, remove it, paste component values. There we go. Then set it to none. That's what happened, guys. We pasted a duplicate. All right. So the footsteps are being handled as events in this animation timeline here. You can see the events are grayed out. That's because they're handled on import. We're not actually editing them in the Unity editor. So they should play now. So let's take a look. There we go. Isn't that cool? Listen. Feels great. Leave. There he goes. And the camera does not have the audio listener on it. The dog does. So it doesn't matter how close the camera is. What matters is the dog. All right, guys. Sweet. That actually feels really good. I was worried that I was going to have to create a new sound, but I think like for the footsteps, more like spiny or pointy sounds. But we can use the same ones that the dog has. So that's totally fine. Cool. And some of you are asking, Thomas, how are you handling AI? The way I'm handling AI... the way we're handling AI is using nav agents, okay? All right. Sorry I scared you with the volume. Okay, so we've got all that working. We've got this working. Wait, I think are we seriously? Yeah. All that's done, actually. How did that all get done? There's no way. Let's hit play. Surely something's wrong here. Let's get an alert sound, like a dring, boom, dring. Okay, so let's go to art list. Let's go to artlist.io. And by the way, guys, if you're interested in learning 3D game development from yours truly, I actually do have a free program below. It's called Easy 3D, and it just teaches you how to make games with no knowledge of code, no knowledge of 3D modeling. It's totally free. You can enroll below. Take it whenever you want. We're going to talk game. What would we even... Notes? Piano hit? It's all going to be scary stuff. Let's go to knee sound here. What is this? Universal logos. Cool. Oh, I might need to use those. Modern UI. This is great. Island game. That's great. These are great sounds. I'm going to download that one and use that. We're just going to save it right to our folder here. That's great, honestly. It's really, sometimes you don't find great sounds like this. So I'm really, really happy. Okay, let's go to PugR3, Assets, Sounds. And we're just going to call this Enemy Alert Tone. So it's going to play an alert tone. Okay? All right. So if we go to the enemy sense here, this is a script that I just wrote earlier this morning. This basically on trigger enter, the enemy starts to follow, and then on exit, the enemy will stop. And this is just a little sphere collider here, right here, okay? And it's set to trigger as true. So all we're gonna do here is, we have this start chase sound. I'm actually going to change that out. We don't need an end sound. And we're just gonna, instead of using the beetle sound, it's like a beetle like sound, I'm gonna use that enemy alert tone, okay? And then hit apply to our prefab. Let's hit play here. Let's hear it out. Yeah, that feels great. Let's try it out with multiple enemies and see how it feels. Okay. Let's get out of isometric mode, and I'm gonna just make sure this is all, yep, that's all saved. Go to select, find all of our beetles here, and just drag them around. Guys, the goal with your game, at least this is my opinion as of late, you should have so many systems in place that are super robust and clean that anyone in the world who knows a little bit about code can take your game and work with you on your game. So the goal here is to get a very robust system in place. Feels great. I feel like I want a little exclamation mark to appear above their heads. What do you guys think? That's great. Boom. Awesome. All right. Very, very good. Really happy with the end results here, guys. Okay. So that's awesome. I feel like we can try and do a little alert particle, okay? And if you can hear my other kid screaming, that's my other child who's trying to take a nap right now, and he is not happy. So let's go to noun project. So I apologize if you guys can hear kids screaming. Let's go to noun project here and take a look. Okay. Alert. Let's see what kind of icons we have here. All right. So what about hit or punch? I want that what's that? It looks like a we may have to create it custom here. I've seen it in Zelda before. It's like a star effect. Select inverse. Something like this. Select inverse, delete. There we go. Nope, what? Yep, subtract it out. There we go. Okay, so it's some kind of shape like, give me just a sec here, guys. Something like this. I don't even know what that would be. What that would be called if you wanted to search for that kind of icon. So let's see here. Okay, we're getting there. Let me turn this on here. This is a reference image from yesterday, but we're just going to blur that out. And take this here, just do a cut downward. Okay, we're getting there, guys. And then a cut here as well. This is it's going to be like a crown shape over their head, just to show that they're alerted. Okay, something like that. And then one, I think that's, well, we'll do one more here. Do you see what we're doing here, guys? Something like this. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. It's going to be small. Won't even be able to see it. Okay. Okay, merge these together. Squash them a bit like this. And what I'm going to do is just cut. About like that. And I think I only want to use a few pieces. So this over here and this over here. See what we did there, guys? Just an alert sound. Or alert, whatever you call it, graphic. I'm going to scale it up. And I think it's going to be a particle emitter that's always with the enemy. Okay. This is going to be alert particle. Okay. All right. Probably need to scale it up just a bit. So let's do this now. Let's go to our player. There's a couple. I think this round circle particle, we can just use that. I'm gonna, or even the star particle. We can copy that and just paste it inside of our beetle here. There it is. It's gonna be called the alert particle. I'm gonna zero out its position. There we go. Put it right above him. Oops. Yep, right up here. And now I'm going to take that alert particle and drag it on top. It's going to create a material for us. We want to set it to fade. Yep. There it is. Let's go ahead and increase the emission here. There it is. So you can see it's appearing there. No gravity. No speed. No rotation. No rotation over lifetime. Size over lifetime, that's good. The shape is going to be 0. Just nothing, right? Right about over his head like this. And then it's always going to be the same size. So how about 3? Maybe even 6. And we'll set it to white. And I don't want it to loop. So let's hit play. Good. We'll do a count of 1. Hit play. There it is. Whoop. 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 We can even have the gravity modifier set to -1 so it goes up. How about -0.2? Play. No, it's not a gravity modifier. It really should be the velocity over lifetime, but I really like just that. The size of a lifetime, I don't even think I want it to change. I just want it to fade out. Okay. So color over lifetime, it's going to fade out. What? Right? And we'll set it to 4 actually. I'm going to create a universal sort of particle out of this that we can use over and over again, guys. So I'm going to drag that here. So now we have a alert particle. Okay. And now all we got to do is go to our enemy sense here. And I'm actually going to have the alert particle part of the enemy sense. I think that's a good idea. No, we'll just keep it separate for now. I'm not so sure. So let's go ahead and create a new game object, serialized field. This is going to be called particle system. That's its root class, and it's going to be alert particle. Okay. And now all we got to do is this: alert particle dot emit 1. That's it. Make sure we specify and tell the enemy senses what the alert particle is, so we drag it on over. And guys, that should create our alert particle. There it is. I love it. We could experiment with a few things here. The first one is, we could probably make it a little bit bigger. Start size 6 by 6. Good. And one of the things I noticed was it might need to be not in the world space, but in the local space so that it follows the beetle. Making it red or yellow. Okay, and then what we're going to do is make it a child of the beetle here. Okay, that way, through the bouncing, through the movement, it's always following that exact height. Great. Kind of like that. What do you guys think? Stuck. We could try an exclamation mark as well. See how that looks. And I'll let you guys vote. Do we like the exclamation mark or do we like that sort of crown shape? We'll move it up a bit. Which one do we like the best, guys? Which one do we like best? Crown? Okay, good. All right, I agree. We'll do the crown, and you guys said you wanted it to be like a yellow. So let's take a look. Hit play here. Save. Maybe that reddish orange. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. I kind of like that white. I don't know why. I don't know if we can set it to emissive. We can try. Emission. Yellow. Pretty intense here. Let's hit play. Okay. We can try that. For some reason it's not working. Unsure why. I kind of like it as is. All right, guys, that's all I've got time for today. It's been a busy, busy day for me. Not with work, a lot of stuff outside. A lot of errands to run today. So, guys, this was really, really fun. Be sure to check out those links below, the 2D game kit and the 3D course, both free. Go at your own pace, use them however you want. Cheers, guys. Get over here. Get down. Hey. Thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important. Hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have, and you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right,